City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air, there's a feeling of Christmas. Children laughing, people passing, meeting smile after smile. And on every street corner you'll hear silver bells, dressed in holiday style. In the air, there's a feeling of Christmas. Children laughing, people passing, meeting smile after smile. And on every street corner you'll hear silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city, in the city. Ring-a-ling, hear them ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day. Strings of streetlights, even stoplights, blink a bright red and green as the shoppers rush home with their treasures. Hear the snow crunch, see the kids rush. This is Santa's big day. And above all this bustle you'll hear silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city, in the city. Ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling, hear them ring. Very soon it will be Christmas Day. Strings of streetlights, even stoplights, blink a bright red and green as the shoppers rush home with their treasures. Hear the snow crunch, see the kids rush. This is Santa's big day. And above all this bustle you'll hear silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city, in the city. Ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling, hear them ring. Very soon it will be Christmas Day. City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air, there's a feeling of Christmas. Children laughing, people passing. Very soon it will be Christmas Day. Silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city, in the city. Ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling, hear them ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day.
Just hear those sleigh bells jingling, ring tingle tingling too, tingling too. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Outside the snow is falling and friends are calling you. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride with you. Our cheeks are rosy, comfy and cozy are we. Snuggled together like birds of a feather would be. Let's take the road and sing a chorus or two. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride with you. Our cheeks are rosy, comfy and cozy are we. Snuggled together like birds of a feather would be. Let's take the road and sing a chorus or two. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh sleigh ride with you. The snow glistens softly as we ride through winter's glow. Winter's glow. Bells chime brightly, spreading joy wherever we go. Wherever we go. A sleigh ride filled with laughter. The spirit of the season shines. Together we'll make memories, a holiday divine. Let's take the road, a snowy delight, singing songs that light the night. Bells ringing, love in the air, a sleigh ride's joy beyond compare. Our cheeks are rosy, comfy and cozy are we. Cozy are we, snuggled together like birds of a feather would be. Let's take the road and sing a chorus or two. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride with you. Let's take the road, a snowy delight, singing songs that light the night. Bells ringing, love in the air, a sleigh ride's joy beyond compare. Our cheeks are rosy, comfy and cozy are we. Cozy are we, snuggled together like birds of a feather would be. Let's take the road and sing a chorus or two. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride with you.
Frosty the snowman was a jolly happy soul, with a corncob pipe and a button nose, and 2 eyes made out of coal. Frosty the snowman is a fairy tale, they say. They say he was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day. There must have been some magic in that old top hat they found, for when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Frosty the snowman was alive as he could be, and the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me. There must have been some magic in that old top hat they found, for when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Ooh, Frosty the snowman was alive as he could be, and the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me. Frosty the snowman knew the sun was hot that day, so he said, let's run and we'll have some fun. Now before I melt away, Frosty the snowman had to hurry on his way. But he waved goodbye, saying, don't you cry, I'll be back again someday. There must have been some magic in that old top hat they found, for when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. And though he's gone, his tale remains, a snowy friend so true, And every year we sing and cheer, Frosty, we remember you.
Good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing on this totally terrific Twisted Tie-Dye Turkey Taco Tinsel-Fied Token Tunes Tuesday?
Damn, son. Good morning, Beans.
Hope everybody liked the new Christmas intro.
I did. I enjoyed it quite a lot.
We wish each and every one of you a very Merry Christmas and or Happy
Yes. Merry Chrysler.
Oop, we'll go like this first and Happy Nissan.
Yeah. May the Honda be with you.
Cheers, everybody. Good morning, my most beautiful Amber. How are you, dear? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday morning.
Good morning, Christina. What's going on?
Good morning, Crystal. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful morning.
Good morning, Vicki, my white tiger. Damn.
Good morning, Ma. How are you, dear? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful morning.
Good morning, DJ Ashley Stevens. How's it going? That was pretty bad. I'll try better next time.
Good morning, Kimmy. That sucks. I'm so sorry. Hopefully it all works out for you and you were able to get everything figured out. That's always a pain in the ass.
Oh, no. Good morning, Deb Rose.
Good morning, Helen. How are you, dear? I hope you're having a wonderful morning. All right. Should we do a new Christmas song? Cheers, everybody. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Tuesday morning.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, with the kids jingle belling and everyone telling you be of good cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the happiest season of all, with those holiday greetings and gay happy meetings when friends come to call. It's the happiest season of all. There'll be parties for hosting, marshmallows for toasting, and caroling out in the snow. There'll be scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmases long, long ago. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be much mistletoeing and hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the happiest season of all, with those holiday greetings and gay happy meetings when friends come to call. It's the happiest season of all. There'll There'll be parties for hosting, marshmallows for toasting, and caroling out in the snow. There'll be scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmases long, long ago. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be much mistletoeing and hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near. There'll be scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmases long, long, long ago. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be much mistletoeing and hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near. There'll be scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmases long, long ago. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be much mistletoeing and hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near. It's the most wonderful time, yes, the most wonderful time. Oh, the most wonderful time of the year. Of the year.
Good morning, Bill. How are you, man? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday morning. Good morning, CJ. How are you, dear? I hope you were having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday morning.
Whew. This doobie got me.
Yeah, I was doing a nose dabs earlier. My nose felt weird. Like, I'm gonna see what's going on up there. And it was definitely a big old gloopy vapey dabness in my nose.
It'll happen.
Oh, we are 7 minutes out. I hope everybody's having a wonderful, wonderful morning. Morning update for Tuesday, December 10th, 2020 something or another. Much like everybody who came out and watched Magic's Mad Movie Monday. Great movies reviewed last night. Sir Costelot reviewed Too Fast, Too Furious and Pineapple Express. Man-Bear did the movie Blended with Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler. And Safe with Jason Statham. And then Magic did Over the Top with Stallone. Great movie. And he did Fried Green Tomatoes, which he dedicated that movie review to his mother, who has passed. Much love, Magic. Much love, Mama Magic up in the sky. Hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday morning. Great movie reviews. Fried Green Tomatoes is actually one of my mom's favorite movies. I don't remember a damn thing about that movie, but I remember watching it when I was like 6.5.
I remember how Kathy Bates' character changes throughout the movie just by listening to Iggy's story. Do you know what I mean? Like just by listening to the actual story of what happened, she completely changes throughout the movie. She betters herself. She puts it to her husband like, hey, this is how it's gonna be, or we're not gonna be, basically, like.
And then they would not.
Yeah.
And then that was great. Much love, everybody who came out to that last night. Today, we've got our morning speaker. We'll have the same history with the dopest of the mostest, Vicki Bowers. And then we Stoner Roulette this afternoon. Thank you, 5 minutes out. Where Gino Davis has the trophy. He's popped in around the Cove. He's definitely I definitely recognize him every time I see him. I don't know much about him, but he seems like a dope ass, wonderful dude.
And he's got that trophy that you always.
He's got that mother freaking trophy.
Yeah. Right.
Until this afternoon. And then we'll do some Guardians of Unity. Last week on Guardians of Unity, we left off on a giant explosion, and myself and Kopsy and Europe and Man-Bear and Krothar or no, Obsidian. Of course, I was brother.
Yeah.
Obsidian are all disappeared. It did. Thank you, 4 months out and counting. I appreciate you. And then, so what happened to them? You guys will have to tune in this afternoon to find out. I know there's something wildly amazing, ridiculously, totally, terrifically twisty.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Are we not pushing to 100 right now for?
I want to say today will be chapter 100.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and so very, very excited for the next chapter series. I mean, it's crazy. We're fucking 100 chapters into that son of a bitch.
I know. I was just telling my
hey, good morning, Jersey Meg. Sorry. Hope you're having a wonderful morning.
My 15-year-old about the Guardians of Unity, and she was like, "That sounds like a." She said it sounded like a space version of Dungeons and Dragons. I was like, nice. I was like, that's actually, you know what I mean? Like the way she described it, like how I was describing it. And I was like, you know what? I know a few dungeon masters that we were talking about possibly doing a D&D in the future or something like that. And she's like, really? Like she got excited.
It's definitely doable. When I have done that, I have helped produce on a show for Dungeons and Dragons style game. It took 3 full-time executive producers like myself to be able to put that together once a week.
Oh yeah,
it was such a like production heavy. It was cool.
Did you ever watch that one on the guy who's been doing the D&D for like 30 years? Like he's like,
yeah, we watched that one on here.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I love that. That was so amazing, man.
Hey, what up, Coffin? How are you this morning? Hope you're having a wonderful morning.
I love how, you know, he talks about how you can be playing like kind of the same character, the same game for years and years and years. You know, like that's insane, man. That's
and you know, he was saying how like he said like grown men weep on his table because like their character they played with for years and years died. You know, made a bad role, made bad decision. I don't, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's why he's talking about. I'm pretty sure talking about not just being one character, but being careful in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I don't know. It's cool. It's I'm excited for Guardians of Unity this afternoon, and then it's fucking Token Kings Tuesday, everybody.
I know. I'm the songs that were played last week, man. I was really pumped. I love that we're really messing with everybody, and I gotta say it because we are. We're picking good songs, but it's in the way of you're not gonna know is what's up. You don't. The guesses have been all over the place.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next to
and I know
songs.
Like the list will be shorter tonight, so it'll be like pick a number 1 through, you know, like 70 maybe. I don't know. It depends on how many songs we picked last time, but the list will just slowly. So that way you can always pick a number. You can pick the same number every week, and it will be a different song each week if that's what you wanted to do. Final countdown.
No, I'm excited. I think as the months go on, our Token Tunes lists are only getting better. And the one thing that I think we're gonna run into is eventually, not yet, is there's so much music out there. I'm really, really, really trying hard to not pick a song I've picked before. But then I go back and think. But then I go back and think to the early months, those songs weren't taken off the list, and were they picked? So I'm trying to think.
We go through probably like a third of the list every month. There's so many songs that don't get picked, which is great. But you know, I try not to have any repeat songs. I try to have like a complete fresh 20 songs every month. Yeah. But
I've been going through different genres to try to. I've heard
everybody, everybody.
Smoke weed every day.
Good morning, Brittany. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful morning. Good morning, Jennifer. How are you? Good morning, Mindy. How are you? I hope everybody's having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday morning. Holy nose dab and a
Yeah.
hat.
Just I can't even get through this doobie. It's kicking my fucking ass. It's like half a gram doobie. I don't know. That's why I smoke bowls, man. Good Lord. I'm good. You're
What
crying.
do we got going on today? Gonna try to play some catch up from yesterday. I love playing catch up. Plus,
I hate playing mustard.
Plus, keep working on other production stuffs. Other than that, just a Tuesday. Tuesdays aren't terrible, man.
No.
The month switchover always sucks because, like, the month the switchover, between getting show stuff kind of switched maybe and subscription stuff and token stuff. Booyah, Kasha! Good morning, Magic. How you doing, man? Hope you're having a wonderful morning. Other than that, yeah, it's really going to be a not terrible day, I hope. It is 16 degrees outside. How's everybody's weather this morning?
25.
Dude, we could totally, like, start bringing back the weather segment.
Yeah.
Because I just go to the Kelland radar and just turn the national radar on.
I mean, really, we should all aspire to be weathermen. It's one of the only jobs where you can lie your ass off all the time and never get fired. Oh, we're gonna have snow today. Yeah, we were out playing volleyball in the sun, you bitch. Fuck, stop lying to us, weatherman.
Oh, weatherman.
Oh, weatherman. You can lie and not get fired. I want your job.
All right. Hey, good morning, Jane. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful morning.
Yeah, that's one thing I miss about living in a bigger city, man. We ain't got no Olive Garden. I love Olive Garden.
Did you know that their unlimited breadsticks are still unlimited-ish, but they won't bring you a basket? You have to, like, they'll bring you, like, one or two at a time, and you just have to keep asking for them.
So wait, do they have to
the same way with the endless shrimp? Or I was listening to a documentary on all these places, and, like, the endless pasta deal. Remember when they did that?
Yeah.
That was a bad business decision on their end.
Yeah, they went through a lot of pasta. I'm just saying, like, that's a lot of pasta. And yeah, I get that. That's like why restaurants actually stopped giving out free breadsticks, a lot of them.
All right, we'll play a couple songs and we'll chill and watch some fucking weather radar. Get more high, and then we'll do our This Day in History with Vicki Bowers, everybody. I do got a couple of another song-ish. Oh, yes, it's been a wonderful morning. Much better morning than yesterday. I hope everybody had a wonderful morning yesterday. I'm super sorry for missing. I missed everybody. But about a half hour into my morning, I was like, like, Man-Bear was the first one I text messaged, and, like, usually I'm not big on, like, short messages, and all it said is, no morning show this morning.
As I'm crawling out of bed, I'm like, oh, do I get up still? I like tried to go back to sleep, and it was so awkward, man. I'm like, I don't feel right. Why am I in bed? And, like, by, like, 6:30 my time, I'm like, I gotta get up. This is bullshit. Like, me rolling around was the bullshit part of it, like, not going back to sleep. Like, just do it, man.
Yeah, even my day, like, yesterday was all weird and fucked up because, like, the morning show is truly part of my routine also. You know, I smoke and drink coffee and you know, I'm just it's so like, yeah, this is a huge part of my morning every morning too, and it super duper fucks with my day if I don't, like, catch the morning show, basically.
Like, usually in the morning, right, we get ready, you know, me and you talk a little bit usually before, and so, like, yesterday I was like, I came downstairs, you know, 7 a.m. or whatever, and I'm like, I don't have to do that like prep work, and I'm like, I don't really know what to do, so I came out here to make a reel, and the first reel, I packed too big of a bowl, man, did I ever cough my brains out? Didn't make a good reel. I was like, no. I was like, come on, man. You can start a day without the morning show once and still be a good day, bro. You got this, bro. You got this, man. And like, it just everything was like, so like you said, it was just awkward, you know, that it was like not in a
Yeah,
bad
it's a
way.
very
It was
weird.
like different, not bad, just different.
It's very It's always weird when I miss the morning show. It throws the whole day for a weird loop, and then
Well, and it's such a rarity too.
right, absolutely. I hope that everybody knows that like we truly don't miss a show unless like
No.
we cannot do it physically, mentally,
Yeah.
technologically.
Yeah.
All right, we'll play probably like 2 songs maybe, and then we'll do our This Day in History. Everybody, I hope everybody's having a wonderful morning.
Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of the dear Savior's birth. The night of his birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious sport. Fall on your knees, oh hear the angel voices. Oh night divine, oh the dear Savior's birth, the night of his birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh hear the angel voices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Oh night divine, oh night divine. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. A glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh hear the angel voices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Oh night divine, oh night divine.
The first Noel, the angels did say, was to certain poor shepherds in fields as they lay, in fields where they lay, keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night that was so deep. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. and saw a star shining in the east, beyond them far, and to the earth it gave great light. And so it continued both day and night. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. They looked up and saw a star shining in the east, beyond them far, and to the earth it gave great light, and so it continued both day and night. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. Noel, 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 let the good news flow. Born is the King, born is Israel. Noel, Noel, Noel. Then let us all with one accord sing praises to our heavenly Lord, that hath made heaven and earth of naught, and with his blood mankind hath bought. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. Noel, Noel, born is the King. Noel, Noel, let the joy bells ring. Born is the King of Israel.
I'm still muted. All right, let's rock this day in history for December 10th with one, the only, Vicki freaking Bowers.
I'm here. I just got to turn my camera off for a minute.
You good? Bye.
Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for December 10th. December 10th is the 344th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 345th in leap years, with 21 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is psychogenic. Psychogenic is an adjective that means originating in the mind, attributable to psychological or emotional factors. This word comes to us from Greek, words that mean mind, and producing, as in produced by the mind. First known use of the word psychogenic is in 1915. Psychogenic. On this day in 1864, Union General William T. Sherman completed his march to the sea when he arrived in front of Savannah, Georgia. Since mid-November of that year, Sherman's army had been sweeping from Atlanta across the state to the south and east towards Savannah, one of the last Confederate seaports still unoccupied by Union forces. Along the way, Sherman destroyed farms and railroads, burned storehouses, and fed his army off the land. In his own words, Sherman intended to make Georgia howl, a plan that was approved by President Abraham Lincoln and Ulysses S. Grant, General-in-Chief of the Union armies. In 1869, Wyoming granted women the vote. I think we talked about this earlier. They kind of preempted the East on that. 1901, the first Nobel Prizes were awarded. This took place in Stockholm, Sweden, in the fields of physics, chemistry, medicine, literature, and peace. The ceremony came on the 5th anniversary of the death of Alfred Nobel, the Swedish inventor of dynamite and other high explosives. In his will, Nobel directed that the bulk of his vast fortune be placed in a fund in which the interest would be annually distributed in the form of prizes to those who, during the preceding year, shall have conferred the greatest benefit on mankind. 1906, President Theodore Roosevelt won the Nobel Peace Prize for his role in the mediation of the Russo-Japanese War, becoming the first American to win a Nobel Prize. In 1915, Ford built its 1 millionth car, rolled off the assembly line at the River Rouge plant in Detroit. In 1917, the Red Cross was awarded a Nobel Peace Prize. After 3 years of war during which there had been no Nobel Peace Prize awarded, the Norwegian Nobel Committee awarded the 1917 prize to the International Committee of the Red Cross. Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys was composed by Brian Wilson and Mike Love. Released in October of 1966, Good Vibrations is notable for complex soundscapes, episodic structure, and amazing harmonies. It was one of the most expensive singles ever recorded. It's been termed a pocket symphony and acclaimed as one of the most important works of the rock era. A complex and beautiful piece of music, Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys reached #1 on December 10th, 1966. Link in the description. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That playlist lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page. It's called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.
Much freaking love Vicki Bowers. If you are not subscribed to her YouTube, please do so. She is freaking wonderful. We appreciate This Day in History every morning. We love that you're helping out and a part of everything that we got going on. It fucking means the world. We are so grateful for you, Vicki Bowers. Song of the day. Good morning, Benjamin. How are you, man? Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful morning. Good morning, Nikki. Hope you're having a wonderful day. That's such a good song.
It is. Yeah, that doobie kicked my ass, so I'm switching over to my bong. Gotta switch it up sometimes. Well, that's a good lesson. Man-Bear doesn't start with doobies in the morning. That destroys him.
Am I laggy? Not anymore, was I?
I don't know, man. Every time you say that, you see, as soon as you said it, and then you're not. Yeah, you're good. Like you had a little like Matrix.
Boop. That's not copyrighted. I'm singing my own lyrics to the song.
I don't remember the songs, but the tune is always in my head.
What's everybody got going on today? It's a fucking wonderful Tuesday.
It is a wonderful Tuesday.
Oh yeah, you guys were telling me that yesterday. She was saying she hasn't been feeling the best. So absolutely, Vicki, I hope that you feel much better. Sending all of the positive prayers and thoughts and vibes and healing vibes to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, what up, Tag and Wayne? How are you,
Hey,
man?
Been a minute. What's up, brother?
Hope you're having a wonderful morning.
Yeah, right. Oh man.
Let's go with...
You go with.
Fine. Jeez Louise.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. Delightful, so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It doesn't show signs of stopping, and I brought some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, kiss goodnight. How I hate going out in the storm, but if you really, oh really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. When we kiss goodnight, kiss goodnight. How I hate going out in the storm, but if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. Now the fire is slowly dying, but my dear, we're still goodbying. As long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It doesn't show signs of stopping, and I brought some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, kiss goodnight. How I hate going out in the storm, but if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. Oh, the fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. As long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
All right, we'll do one more to lift everybody's spirits up. This is a good one.
The stars are twinkling, the night feels bright. I'm grinning wide, it's a merry sight. The cookies are baked, but I ate them all, no. Now I'm stuck on the couch and can't make a call. The tree's lit up, but so am I. I see two Santas flying by. The holidays are absurdly free, because I'm lit like a Christmas tree. I'm lit like a Christmas tree. Like a Christmas tree. My eyes are red as can never be, ever be. The stockings hung, the lights shine bright. I'm too baked to turn them off tonight. The tree's lit up, but so am I. I see two Santas flying by. The holidays are absurdly free, because I'm lit like a Christmas tree.
I'm lit like a Christmas tree. Like a Christmas tree. My eyes are red as can ever be. Ever be. The stockings hung, the lights shine bright. I'm too baked to turn them off tonight. I lit the tree and the fire as well, then burned my sleeve. Oh, what the hell? The dog's got tinsel, the cat's in a bow. This house is chaos, but what a show. I spilled the cocoa, I dropped the pie. I can't stop laughing, I don't know why. The holidays are hilariously free, because I'm lit like a Christmas tree. I'm lit like a Christmas tree. Like a Christmas tree. My eyes are red as can never be, ever be. The stockings hung, the lights shine bright. I'm too baked to turn them off tonight. Pass the pipe and don't blame me. This tree's too high for sobriety.
Alright, we'll play one more song and we'll see where we're at for our morning. Much love, everybody.
Over the river and through the woods, to grandmother's house we go. Ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-dum. The horse knows the way to carry the sleigh through white and drifted snow. Over the river and through the woods, oh how the wind does blow. It stings the toes and bites the nose, as over the ground we go. Sleigh bells ring, oh hear the sound. Our dapple gray trots all around. Over the river, the joy is near. We're making memories so dear. Over the river and through the woods, to have a full day of play. Play all day. Oh, hear the bells ringing, ting-a-ling-ling, for it is Christmas Day. Spring o'er the ground, like a hound so fleet, our dapple gray makes the journey sweet. Oh, what cheer! Through frosty air the laughter flies. The joy of friends warms winter skies. Sleigh bells ring, oh hear the sound. Ting-a-ling. Our dapple gray trots all around. Over the river, the joy is near. We're making memories so dear. Over the river and through the woods and straight through the barnyard gate. Through the gate. It seems that we go so dreadfully slow. It is so hard to wait. Over the river and through the woods now, Grandma's
Christmas cap I spy, oh I spy. Hurrah for fun, hurrah for fun, hurrah for the pumpkin pie. Sleigh bells ring, oh hear the sound. Our dappled gray trots all around. Over the river, the joy is near. We're making memories so dear.
I forgot all about that song until about 2 weeks ago when I was like, oh my goodness, I was looking through like lists of Christmas songs because I'm like, man, what's some other good ones that like isn't like Jingle Bell Rock or fucking, you know what I mean? Like the typical ones. Not typical, but like typical. And I was like, holy shit, I didn't realize that was a fucking Christmas song.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, I pretty much don't have a whole lot going on this morning.
I ain't got a whole lot going on. I'm excited for tonight. I'm excited for Guardians of Unity this afternoon. A little bit Stoner Roulette.
Yes. Dude, I was nervous yesterday at Stoner Roulette.
Why is that?
Because they came out of dab time, and you know.
Oh, okay.
I always hate when like dab time makes it to the end.
Yeah, it's not right. They're like, it's like a little bit of fuck you to everybody, and then one person beats them. It's like, come on.
It's a horrifying situation.
It is. It is.
But
almost had to message Yerp, but we're good.
And I didn't beat dab time.
I didn't beat dab time.
Sucks, man.
I'm not bitter about it. You're bitter about it.
I think it's so funny when I see people like comment and they're like, I just want to beat dab. Like, I know that feeling. The trophy is super duper dope. Oh, don't get me wrong.
I've had it.
But I just won't beat dab time.
Yeah.
Especially when you go like so long without beating dab time, and then you get that one ta-da, and you're like, fuck yes, and like you don't win the trophy. You're like, I don't give a shit about that goddamn trophy.
Yeah, you're sitting there like, fuck you, dab time, I'm the winner, bitch.
Dude, or the worst is like when you are like the last strike winner.
Oh my
God! You
God,
get like a 3 in a row, and you're like, "What was the point of that?"
It's a curse, man. It's a curse. It's a curse to be the last strike winner. Is not a good position to be in. It never has been.
Yeah, I think that middle strike is like the most crucial. You know what I mean? Because like, that's your cushion strike. The first one's fun.
Yeah.
First one you got to get out of the way sooner, probably ish, rather than later ish. But
there's two sides to the coin, right? I mean, you have more names up there, so you have a better chance ability of winning. But then when you have less names up there, you're not as much of a target.
Oh, true that. That's true though.
That's true though. Nice.
Yeah, versus my therapist keeps telling me dab time can't hurt me, but he doesn't know what I've seen. I think that's that's a bit, but yeah. I think I placed the note in there correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah. The worst is when you're like sitting there and it's just like this person, that person, this person. You're like, all right, like I could smoke. That'd be nice. And then in like 11 dab times later, you can't breathe. You're like, I don't even want to breathe. Like, let it land on anybody but me. And then you're like, all right, it doesn't land on dab time. It lands on your name. And you're like, oh, why don't I get a break?
That happened to you one day so bad. It was like Beanz, dab time, Beanz, dab time, Beanz. And you were like,
That sounds pretty accurate to what I said, bro.
After a lot of nose dabs, definitely. You gotta somehow I wish you could turn the temperature down on your blinkers. You don't want them blinkers bleeding up your nose. Yeah.
Yeah, that was an uncomfortable. I mean, that's not the first time that's happened. But or like during the 420 song today, I tried to nose dab quick before getting stoned words, and it was a much bigger nose dab than I anticipated. And it gets hard to try to click the words in time in order. Oh, I'm like,
yeah. Oh man. Yeah, tell your therapist to go keep up with dab time and then ask how he feels. When
Annie
he
counted
quit,
dab times yesterday. She said 27 dab times. So then
yeah,
23. So if you didn't win the trophy, you took 30 and you took a hit every time, whatever. You don't have to, but just statistically
yeah,
speaking, you would have taken 30 hits.
yeah. If your therapist is sitting there saying he can take 30 hits and still be a therapist, he's not a therapist.
I fucking agree very much with that.
He's like, he took 30
That is,
dab times.
I want his number, please.
Yeah,
That's my
he
kind of
took
therapist.
right. He took 30 dab times. Now he's surfing in California.
Hopefully with me, it's like a fucking mental retreat. That's what we would call it. It's like a 7-day retreat for me to help with my social anxiety, because the beach is probably gonna have people's on it. And then probably some sort of depressions. You know, there's a lot of sun in Cali or Hawaii. We'll say, oh, we're going to Hawaii for this mental well-being retreat. That's a good name for it. You tell me going to fucking Hawaii and surfing is not going to be good for your well-being?
Oh,
I heard
yeah,
things are crazy
definitely
expensive in Hawaii, but that's not here, there, nor there.
I mean, everything's expensive everywhere you go if it's more expensive than where you live, technically. If you go somewhere and you're spending more money than you would in your hometown, you can't say that it's not expensive. It's just more expensive than where you live. You know what I
I think
mean?
it's interesting how Las Vegas works, because that city is amazing track. It's a track. It's cheap to get there. It's cheap to leave there. It's fucking expensive to be there.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple ways around it, but it's really hard. I know what you mean. You got to spend money to have fun in Vegas, definitely.
Oh, fucking A, right, bro. Like
definitely.
$7.50 ATM fees, and like
I would say spend the money on where you're staying in Vegas.
I mean,
more so.
I stayed at the Golden Nugget, and I would definitely stay at the Golden. I would go right back there. It was right on Fremont Street. It was dope. There was a dispensary right around the corner. I mean, and it's cool. Like, you can get 10 shirts for $10 or a pack of fucking ciggies for $13. So
that's not bad.
That's pretty not good. Well, I suppose nowadays, but like in 2017 is when I went. But I went pre-COVID times. I know it's still going now, but I just feel like it was different for sure. The whole world was different, but like it was a lot of fun. I had a blast. I drank a lot, and I'm not a drinker, but I was like, I'm gonna drink in Vegas.
Yeah, I've gone on a couple of trips. I remember we went on a fishing trip, and I'm standing there. I don't even think we were drinking. We're just standing there outside the hotel room. My boss is like, we're going fishing at 6 a.m. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, you're not like going out drinking, are you? And I was like, no, we're about to go to sleep. He's like, okay, good. It looked like we were getting ready to like go out, and like go get fucked up. And I was like, no, man, we're about to go to sleep. Like, we got fishing in the morning. It was dope. But yeah, no. I know what you mean. I had a few drinks, but then I'm like, nah, man, we going fishing. Fuck that shit. Just trust me, drunken fishing's only good if you started drinking, like, and you're already fishing.
I don't mind ice fishing. I'm not like a huge fan, but if I'm going fishing, I'd rather like go summertime, possibly on a boat.
I get it. Ice fishing's dope. It's its own little thing. Like I was saying on the other show, my stepdad had a barbecue that he welded to skis. So you could just you could push the barbecue out onto the lake, and you'd have a nice little hand warming fire pit, or if you're a really good chef, and you could, do the whole cook the fish thing and all that. And yeah, it's cold, but that's part of the whole experience, man. I mean, I don't know how many times I've gone fishing and not caught anything, but still had a good time. And I've been fishing since I was a little kid. It's something you almost have to learn from a young age, because you learn all these little things about fishing that kind of are like knowledgeable things. Like, you just kind of have to know these things about fishing.
Jeez Louise, this fucking ice house is ridiculous. So this is a 29-foot long, super luxurious ass ice house.
A 29-foot long what?
Ice house.
Ice house. Oh, okay. We're talking
ice fishing house.
Oh, nice. Oh, shit. That is dope.
That's ridiculous. That's not even ice fishing. That's fucking camping in the wintertime on a lake.
Well, okay, so but then one of the rooms is gonna be like it's gonna be like you're sitting in a hut, is my guess. It's like they're actually gonna have a separate little with living quarters being separate. Or
See,
it's
like,
one big.
I could see like with maybe a toy hauler and turning the back half of it into a fucking
Yeah, not the whole thing.
nothing. But no, I'm sure this is a
I gotta
hole,
see
and
it.
I bet there's fucking holes right in the living room. You got a big screen on the wall. That's dope.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
That was fucking awesome. I liked that very much. So, hi Kay. Good morning, dear. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful morning. Oh, that is fucking sweet too. Morning, Kay. That was dope. I love all the Air Force shit.
Go inside.
Yeah, that's not ice fishing. I mean, it is, but oh my,
No,
yeah, see?
no, that's
Look
not.
at that. Look at
Oh my
that.
god, that's camping,
That's like, psh, you just live in that bitch, bro.
dude. That's like $100,000 little
I gotta
setup
stop before
there.
we get in trouble with the tube.
That's like $100,000 freaking ice. That's not. Whatever.
Yeah, that's something else.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love that. I would own it. I would live in it. I would ice fish outside of it. But the
I
fuck
would
is
ice fish. Well, I don't know. Like, I'm not against ice fishing. I just, if I'm
It's
gonna go
fun,
hang,
actually. I like
I'm
it.
gonna go and just hang and get high.
Yeah, fuck. That reminds me. I was at that stage of my life where I couldn't really tell anybody I was smoking weed, and my stepdad whipped out a fat joint, fucking lit it up, and I'm sitting there with my girlfriend, like she's like, "Shut up," and I'm like, "What?" You're staring at the joint. I was like, "Cause I want to fucking smoke it." And she's like, "You
Right?
can't tell anybody," and I'm like, "I want to smoke that joint." So I just sit there and like kind of shut up and like not say anything while he's like getting super stoned. I'm like, fuck.
All right, let's do our back-to-back track attack, and then we'll do our morning speaker. Say, Man-Bear.
Do something nice for a stranger. Hoorah.
Today's the day to spread a little light. Do something kind, make the world feel right. From the Rockies to the lakes, the northern sky so blue, we've got the heart and soul to see it through. Do something nice for a stranger today. A smile, a helping hand goes a long way. In this great big world, be the best you can. Man-Bear's message is clear, lend a hand. Be yourself, cause no one else can be. You're one of a kind, a rarity. Do something nice, make someone's day. Man-Bear's wisdom lighting the way. From the maple leaf to the snowy peaks, spreading kindness in every word we speak. Stay lifted, stay positive, let the good vibes flow. Be the change in the world that we all want to know. The great white north, where the spirit's strong, where kindness echoes like a favorite song. Hold the door, share a laugh, lend a helping hand. We're all in this together, walking the same land. Grab your toque and your boots, show the world your heart. Every little gesture's where the good things start. Be true to yourself and let the kindness shine. With every step you take, you're on Man-Bear's line. Be yourself, cause no one else can be. You're one of a kind, a rarity. Do something nice, make someone's day. Man-Bear's wisdom lighting the way. From the maple leaf to the snowy peaks, spreading kindness in every word we speak. Stay lifted, stay positive, let the good vibes flow. Be the change in the world that we all want to know. So wave that red and white, let the love flow free. We're stronger together, it's our legacy. Man, let's just keep going, lift up and inspire yourself and chase your heart's desire. Be yourself, cause no one else can be. You're one of a kind, a rarity. Do something nice, make someone's day. Man-Bear's wisdom lighting the way. From the maple leaf to the snowy peaks, spreading kindness in every word they speak. Stay lifted, stay positive, let the good vibes flow. Be the change in the world that we all want to know. So take the song and let it be your guide, with Man-Bear's message right by your side. Do something kind, let your true self shine. The world needs you, one day at a time.
Are you fucking kidding me? They're so cute. I don't know if we can ever stop watching any of this.
This is the show now, folks. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Welcome to the
yeah.
Cove TV Baby Animals show.
Morgan, get in on this shit. Yo, Morgan,
Jeez,
come check this shit out. I know.
You're going. Rah, rah, rah. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so done. I hope you guys are all having the most incredible, amazing, wonderful fucking day you could be possibly having on this Tuesday. Oh my god, it's a baby elephant.
Hey you, yeah you, that spark in your eyes, I see you shining bright like the morning sky. That's got its ups and downs, its twists and turns, but every step you take is a lesson learned. When the road gets rough and you feel unsure, just know you're a fighter, you're meant to endure. Beanz is here to say you're doing just fine. You got the heart, the strength, you've got the shine. Beanz hopes you have a wonderful day. You're amazing, don't forget, in every way. When life gets tough, just remember this truth. You're strong, you're brave, and you've got the proof. Every challenge you face, every mountain you climb, shows the power within every single time. So smile, stand tall, don't be led astray. Beanz hopes you have a wonderful day. You got that fire. You're the kind of person who lifts others higher. When the weight feels heavy and the path seems long, remember you're built to be tough and strong. You're a rock star, a warrior, no need to pretend. You got the grit and the heart to the very end. So go out and conquer whatever comes your way. Beanz knows you've got this every single day. Beanz hopes you have a wonderful day. You're amazing, don't forget, in every way. When life gets tough, just remember this truth. You're strong, you're brave, and you've got the proof. Every challenge you face, every mountain you climb, shows the power within every single time. So smile, stand tall, don't be led astray. Beanz hopes you have a wonderful day. When the world feels heavy and you're feeling low, just take a deep breath and let that strength show. You're not just surviving, you're living out loud. Be proud of who you are, stand tall and be proud. Life's just a test of how far you've come. You're shining like the brightest sun. So keep your head high, let the worries fade. Beanz is cheering you on every step of the way. You have a wonderful day. You're amazing, don't forget, in every way. When life gets tough, just remember this truth. You're strong, you're brave, and you've got the proof. Every challenge you face, every mountain you climb, shows the power within every single time. So smile, stand tall, don't be led astray. Beanz hopes you have a wonderful day. Hey you, yeah you, you're gonna be okay. Beanz believes in you each and every day. So go out there, shine, let nothing get in your way. Beanz hopes you have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Holy, I don't even know. Heavens to Betsy. It's, oh my. He's so like, I won't play, I won't play. I'm going to get you. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't know about all that. Oh my. I'm so sorry. I don't know if we can continue the show.
Is this the origins of the Ninja Turtles?
Look at him go. He's like, I'm going. I don't know where, but I'm fucking going. They're so cute. If this shit doesn't warm your heart, I don't know. I'm not sure what else more to do in the morning for you.
Oh, I love turtles, man. They bury their
I
eggs.
love like, oh my god, he put his arm around him. I can't even, you guys.
There's actually been amazing orcas or killer whale sightings off the coast of Vancouver and in the inlets of Vancouver and Falls Creek. If you go and look that up,
Man-Bear, please don't call them killer whales. They are nice souls.
But they are. I mean, they're called orcas.
Care.
Okay.
Oh my
orcas.
God, little guy.
We'll call them orcas. I just if the reference comes down to it's like
no, I know. I just like I always
them.
think that's funny.
But I think it's because they're hunters. It wasn't because they were actually called.
Because they fuck shit up, bro. They are like sharks of dolphins.
Yeah, because they're predators, but that doesn't make them like evil or anything.
I don't think. Holy shit. I don't think they have any natural predators, honestly.
No, them and lions.
Apex predators, I want to say is what they're called.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Luckily, like the videos or the animals were so cute because when we were gonna do my song, I was gonna change it from like the baby animals to like animal attacks, like get your shit.
Oh
done.
yeah. Dude,
did you see that one? Holy shit!
So did you see that crazy animal attack? It was a lion, an alligator, and a wild boar or something like that. It was a lion, alligator, and like a wild boar or a bull or something. And what happened was
that sounds super sad.
Dude, no, the alligator grabbed like a baby calf or something and pulled it.
Wow, why are we still talking about this?
Dude, no, it's good. No, wait, let me finish. They actually end up saving the baby. No, for real. I was trying to say.
That's good.
It's a good story, but the craziest thing is it's 3 animals, and it's the longest, check this out, the longest filmed animal fight between like multiple animals ever. Like the fight went on for like 10, 15 minutes. Like that's
a video I don't want to watch.
Dude, it's not that bad.
I get it, but like, man,
it's a rescue mission video. I
want to see like them pull a horse out of a gutter or something like that. Like that's a rescue mission. Oh my zebra! One. Oh my goodness, we gotta stop, you guys. I can't not anymore.
I watched a sheep get pulled out of a ditch and then it jumped right back in the ditch. It literally got pulled out. The farmer's looking. It's jumping down the road. All of a sudden, it went right back in. The farmer's just like, "Oh my god."
All right, let's go with this one. Oh, this is dope. I like this.
It's not what she said.
Hey, what up, Kate? What's your kitty's name, Nikki? Right, CJ? What the hell? All right, this morning we'll do a Dr. K for our morning speaker. I'm down with a zoo. I think if like when we find a cove to buy, it should definitely have a zoo.
Like a petting zoo?
I mean, I would pet the animal, whether you're supposed to or not.
Can you pet
Beanz? We told him not to pet the fucking panther. I said, here, key.
We had to have ostriches so we could have like races.
They are terrifying animals. That will be the man-bear section of the zoo. I want nothing to do with emus, with ostriches, with scorpions. Fuck all those crazy ass animals, bro.
My man from Dude, Where's My Car? Let me know about the knowledge of ostriches, man. They run 45 miles an hour.
They are insanely, overly smart birds.
Oh yeah,
for their little walnut-sized brains.
And they headbutt.
They kick backwards.
They headbutt.
They will break your. They'll
break your face off.
Fuck you up, bro.
They'll break your fucking face off.
All right, here's our morning speaker. This morning is Dr. K. It's been a while since we. That's great, Amber. I love it.
Hey, whoa. Whoa.
In Cove Town, there will be plenty of cougars to pet Man-Bear. Alrighty, I love it.
I played the Canadian Fifth.
Wasn't that like the right to maple syrup or something? Okay, here we go.
Because it isn't a possibility. In fact, the more of a possibility it becomes, the more overwhelming it feels. Okay. So anxiety over knowing the right thing to do, but finding it too overwhelming to carry out. Pretty much the title. This happens with hobbies, schoolwork, daily life tasks where I'm acutely aware of the most guaranteed way of successfully doing the thing.
He's reading a Reddit post, and then he'll finish, and then he'll dive into the subject. Just I always try to say that so that way.
And finding it too overwhelming. However, the most optimal way of completing a task / practicing a hobby, etc., is obviously the most taxing, quote unquote, perfect method. If I'm writing an essay, it means looking through all the relevant sources, making sure each paragraph is concise yet detailed, and going over it 10 more times to vary my word choice more, fix sentences, and essentially make it the most perfect I can manage. This is obviously mentally and physically taxing, but the fact that other people can do it, and I've done it before, quote unquote, even if it was exhausting, and I know this is the best, most correct way of doing it, anything less would be laziness and produce bad work, then I'll regret it as it'll be my own fault. Stops me from doing any less, or otherwise I just won't try at all. I try to convince myself that people don't function like this, that they're not 100% quote unquote on all the time and absolutely producing the peak of their work at all times. But it just seems like cope to me. That I'm just weak and get overwhelmed by what people can handle with ease, and there's something fundamentally wrong with me. Any advice on how to deal with this? So sometimes we want to do something. And what we want to do can be done in a couple different ways. We can do it okay, or we can do it the way that it's supposed to be done. But as this person points out, if we're doing things the way that they're supposed to be done, it's more effort. It's more taxing, right? There's like a proper way of doing things. There's an ideal way of doing things. And then what complicates factors even more is even if we start to tell ourselves, okay, well, like, I don't have to be perfect, right? I can just get started. Or like, I really just need to get it done. A B maybe is okay. There's another part of our mind that says other people can do it. Other people get A's. And what's even the most devastating is I have gotten an A in the past. I've done it properly. I've looked through all the sources. I've made sure each paragraph is concise yet detailed. And if you've done it well before, if you've done it close to perfect before, and if other people do it close to perfect before, it's an option. And this is what makes things so hard. Because if it wasn't really an option, then it would be easy, right? Like, it's like, oh, like I'm never going to win a gold medal in swimming, so I can just go swimming. And I don't have to worry about not winning the gold. But if you've ever done it right before, you know that's a possibility for you. And if you know it's a possibility for you, then you want to find that formula to actually like find it, right? You want to achieve it because you know you can do it. You just need to find the right way to do it. And that's what makes it so paralyzing, because it isn't a possibility. In fact, the more of a possibility it becomes, the more overwhelming it feels. Which I want you all to think about for a second, because that's devastating. Because if I can do it, then I can't settle for any less. And so some people will look at this and they'll accurately say, okay, like, this is perfectionism. You need to stop being so perfectionistic. And they'll give us good advice. They'll say things like, don't let perfect be the enemy of good. Your goal should not be to do it perfect. Your goal should be to do it good enough. Just get started. Getting started is the hard part. You can always revise your way to perfection later. This is the right answer. And we know it's the right answer. We recognize we're being perfectionistic. We recognize that we should be able to, just get started. So then why don't we? So this is what's so hard about this kind of situation. When you know you can do a good job, and you know that getting started is the right answer, you know that being not perfectionistic is the right answer, how the hell do you do that? So here's one tip. If you have perfectionistic behavior and you feel overwhelmed by starting a task that you know deep in your heart that you can do, how do you approach this? Even if you know that the right answer is stop being perfectionistic and just get started. Why is that hard to do? That may be the right answer on paper, but internally, how do we get to that point? So that's what I'd love to share with y'all today. So we're going to start by kind of recapping. The weird thing about this is that you can do perfect, right? It's possible. You've done it before. You can get an A+ on this essay if you put forth the right kind of effort. And now this is when if I can get an A+ and you're telling me just settle for a B-, like, I don't want to do that. That's a terrible idea. Why would I settle for a B- when I could get an A+? That sounds idiotic. And by the way, other people can get A+ too, and I'm just as smart as they are. And if I settle for a B-, how will I ever get an A+? This sounds like a terrible idea, because if I settle for a B-, then all I'm going to get is B-. Instead, don't you think it's better if instead of settling for a B-, I figure out what the hell is wrong with me, fix it, so I can get A+ here on out? Doesn't that sound like a better strategy than just settling for a B- and just getting started? Because I know that just getting started isn't going to do actually a good job. So we have to appreciate what your mind does. What is your mind actually doing? Is it being paralyzed by perfectionism? Sure. Should you just stop being perfectionistic? Absolutely. In the same way, you should just go to the gym every day, eat healthy, cut out caffeine, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Just be less perfectionistic, bro. Just be less perfectionistic, girl. So there's a skill that we as a society have lost. We used to do this as humans, but we've lost this skill. And if you want to let go of your perfectionism and still do a good job, this is a skill that you need to learn. I don't know that we ever taught it explicitly, and we never needed to teach it explicitly because we sort of did it so much, so naturally. But now that we don't even do it naturally, we actually have to explicitly teach it. I see a lot of people are guessing. Patience, experimentation. The skill is grieve. You have to learn how to grieve. So I even sort of noticed this over the last 20 years. So like, I live in the United States. And on September 11th, 2001, we had a couple of planes fly into the Twin Towers. It was a devastating moment, right? And we as a nation grieved. Everyone was grieving together. And like we mourned, and people in New York City became really nice and stuff like that. And that was the last time that I really remember, at least in the US, the nation as a whole grieving. And since then, I don't know if y'all have noticed, but we have disasters all the time. And we've just become numb to them. So many years ago, there was also like a school shooting at this place called the Columbine High School in the United States. And it was such an event that someone made a documentary about it. And everyone was like, oh my God, this is what's going on. And then like they happened again and again and again and again. So we.
Good morning, Trista. How are you? Hope you're having a wonderful morning. That was crazy. He fucking Twilight Zoned me on that one. We're just hanging out doing our morning speaker, Dr. K. Go ahead, number.
We used to like grieve as a society, right? So like even tribally, when someone passes away, we used to have like these grieving rituals. People would go through grief. There'd be the wake, there'd be the funeral, all this kind of stuff. We still kind of do those things. But now when you go to a funeral, what do you see? What are people doing? Everyone's on their phone. We've become numb to loss. We've started to use distraction instead of grief, because distraction is so easy now. Oh, something else is going on in the world. Am I going to stop and reflect on it? Right? I recently saw someone saying, make a TikTok. So a couple months ago, hopefully we can find this clip somewhere, but a couple months ago, I saw a TikTok of a nurse grieving very, very publicly after losing a patient. And there was this like epic country music or something in the background. And the nurse is like throwing her mask down on the ground. And she's like, oh. And like, I want to just understand what the hell, how did that happen? Did you lose the patient? Did you go to a quiet part of the hospital? Did you set up your phone, make sure the angle was good, make sure the focus was good, walk to the other side of the room, start recording, kind of check it, and then do this? Like this, what? This is what society has become. And now when something goes wrong in your life, what do? Got fired for your job? All right, let's go home, feel sad about ourselves, maybe get high, maybe play some video games, maybe binge watch some stuff. Maybe write some angry posts or angry tweets on the internet. So we've forgotten how to grieve. We just don't grieve anymore. And this is why everyone is like so messed up, because we've forgotten how to let go of things. We've forgotten how to be sad and move on. Now remember, we're talking about perfectionism. So what does that have to do with perfectionism? Really simple. So if you want to stop being perfectionistic, you got to grieve that perfection. Got to let it go. So stop and ask yourself, what would it mean if I didn't do it perfect? What would it mean if I got a B- instead of an A+? What would that do to me? How would I think about myself? Because in your mind, you've got a perfect version of you. A+. And you want to be that so bad. You don't want to give it up. You're going to keep it alive on life support as long as you can. You can't let that perfect version of you go. Because it's devastating, right? Because if you let it go, what do you become? I don't want to be this. I don't want to be this. I want to be this. The challenge is that when you strive for this is so hard to achieve that, as you pointed out, it's overwhelming. It's paralyzing. So start to ask yourself, so how do you grieve? Right? You process the loss. What would it mean to no longer be an A+ student? Oh my God, that would be so devastating. It would hurt, wouldn't it? Acknowledge that hurt. What would it mean about your future? It would mean that my future is dark and grim. Well, how's your future now? Well, it's dark and grim, but it could be brighter if I could overcome the feeling of overwhelmed and go to this. And something magical will happen. So this happens with everyone who grieves. When you lose a loved one, you think, oh my God, the future will never be the same. And that's true, right? That person will never be there again if they've passed away. But it doesn't mean that your future is bleak without them. And this is what the process of grief is. It's taking a negative event, internalizing it, and reshaping the future in a bizarrely even hopeful way. Right? So like, even if we lose a loved one, like there's a part of them that stays with us. It shapes us. We honor their memory. It makes us, in a weird way, like better people. Would it be nicer if they were still alive? Sure. But the future doesn't have to be bleak just because we've grieved some part of our life. In fact, what we tend to find, and I know this sounds really bizarre, but this is where kind of the science comes in. People who go through a healthy grieving process tend to be like better off afterward, versus the ones who stay attached to the possibility, live in the past, are the ones that get stuck. And so let's think about this for a second, because if your mind tells you, I've gotten an A+ in the past, here's how I did it. Where is your mind living? Is it living in the past or is it living in the present? And the more that we get stuck in the past, the more paralyzed we become in the present. How do you undo that? You grieve. So if you're struggling with perfectionism and feeling overwhelmed by not doing it good enough, I'd start by grieving. And what does that mean practically? It starts by asking yourself, why am I so attached to this? What does it mean for me to do this? How would I feel about myself if I did not do that? How would I feel about myself if I just started writing the essay and not reading all the sources ahead of time? Well, I would feel bad. Well, hold on a second. What part of you would feel bad? If you spent the next hour jotting down notes of an essay and you pause and you ask yourself, how did I feel about myself? How would I feel about myself? This is where things become wild. Because if you actually do that, you're actually going to feel good about yourself. You didn't do it perfect, but there's still plenty of time. You got something done. You got started. Versus how would you feel about yourself if you continued to chase that perfection and didn't do anything for an hour? You'd feel broken. You'd feel busted. And this is the magic of grief. Because grief takes something that is a negative event and somehow transmutes it into something that is somewhat positive. We're not saying it's a net win, but it's the way that you take a negative event and you transmute it into something positive. So start to really ask yourself, what does this mean for me? What would it mean for me to just get started? What would I be giving up? And grieve that perfect self. And as you grieve that perfect self, the paralysis will go away. And as the paralysis goes away, you will start to act more. As you start moving forward, paradoxically, you go closer to getting the A+. You move away from the B-. And this is why it's so hard. Because achieving perfection starts with letting perfection go. We don't want to, though. Because if we let it go, then there's no guarantee. And that's a big part of grief. When a relationship ends, I want to hold on to that relationship. Why do I want to hold on to that relationship? Because there's no guarantee that I'll meet someone in the future. So a big part of that grief process is embracing the uncertainty. So if you struggle with perfectionism and feel overwhelmed because you know you can do it and you don't want to settle, what you actually need to do is grieve. It's not settling. It's letting go of that perfection. And paradoxically, as you let go of the perfection, you actually take a step closer to it. Questions? So that's the weird girl is asking, how is grieving different from reminiscing or nostalgia? So reminiscing or nostalgia can be part of the grieving process. But grieving is so nostalgia and reminiscing is when you literally go into the past. You sit there remembering. Grieving is the process of taking a loss and kind of like internalizing it and then looking forward. So reminiscing, like you can reminisce as part of the process of grief, right? But then like you have to internalize that process and then like look forward, because grieving is ultimately about moving forward. It's not about going into the past. And in fact, when people get stuck in the past is when they don't grieve. Okay, a lot of good questions. So how to grieve when pain is actually unbearable and invokes physical symptoms? So the first thing that I'd say is that if you're having physical symptoms, you should probably go see a medical professional and make sure that it isn't a physical problem. But sometimes the process of that grief does feel unbearable. And this is the kind of interesting thing where we sort of know that pain is a psychosomatic symptom. Now, sometimes when people hear the word psychosomatic, what they interpret it as is it's all in your head. But that's not my experience. So here's what we need to understand about the body and the mind, and to a certain degree, even things like the soul, if you believe in that stuff, is that it's all connected. So any insult to your body or any attack on your body will affect your mind, and any attack on your mind will affect your body. Right? We know this. So for example, emotions are a really good example of something that both manifests mentally and manifests physically. Tightness in my chest, queasiness in my stomach, fear in my head. So for sometimes what happens with people who struggle to grieve is they don't do the mental process up here. And so that pain comes out physically. So interestingly enough, the solution to the physical stuff, if you have psychosomatic pain, is actually mental work. And what confuses people is that when you have psychosomatic pain and they send you to a psychologist, you may think it's all in your head, or it can feel very invalidating. Whereas that's not the case. It's just that these two things are connected. And that physically we can only do so much for you. And so the thing that's left is the mental component. So when the pain is very unbearable, that's when I think processing grief becomes really, really important. Because then you leverage your mind to help your pain. So Caleb Hates Games is asking, how do you know when you're done grieving and not just ignoring the problem? Kind of easy, actually. It's like, what do you feel like when you wake up on a day-to-day basis? Is your life moving in the right direction? So when you grieve healthily, you generally speaking feel like optimistic and good about the future. And when you're ignoring the problem, you may distract yourself, but in the back of your mind, there's going to be a very, very tiny person at the back of your mind screaming at the top of their lungs when you're ignoring a problem. And when you grieve, that person is content. So the other thing that people are asking, another thing to ask about, how do you know when you're done grieving? So grieving doesn't necessarily finish in that way. So like grief is something that can continue to manifest over time. So you may be like done with like a particular stage of grieving, but a year later, let's say that, someone that you love passed away and their birthday rolls around, and during their birthday, it's like, okay for that grief to come up again. So sometimes it's like a bit of a journey. It's episodes. So Justin Toons is asking, how do you grieve over a high expectation? It's a good question. So here are the steps to simply, it's hard, but it's simple. Ask yourself where this expectation came from. Ask yourself what it would feel like to not live up to that expectation. And then have compassion towards yourself with that disappointment. And once you have compassion towards yourself, then you can start to ask yourself, okay, so what can we do about it? So I'll give you all kind of a simple example. Let's say I'm a coach, okay? And let's say that my team lost a game. So if I'm that coach, what do I tell my team? So we sit down and we say, does it suck that we lost the game? Absolutely. Could we have played better? Absolutely. In what ways could we have played better? Okay, this, and this. Now, just because we lost that game and just because we played better doesn't mean that we are failures. Do we need to learn from our lessons? 100%. So here's what I want you to do. I don't think you're a bad person. I don't think you're a failure at life. You lost a game. I want you to practice. I want you to prepare for next week. The loss is over. Let it go. We're going to learn lessons from it. And I have faith in you that you can win next week. Does that make sense? That's just the process you have to do with yourself when you go through grief and when you want to let go of like high expectations. It's acknowledging your shortcomings, having compassion, and then formulating a plan to move forward. Okay. There's a good question. How do I grieve a long farewell, such as a family member with Alzheimer's who's ill for years? That's really challenging. That's the kind of thing where I wish there was a simple answer to it. So losing a family member with Alzheimer's has a very, very bittersweet kind of grief. So on the one hand, it can hurt more to see this person become a shell of who they used to be. And it can also be a blessing because you get the benefit of time. Right? So like they don't go away completely. Like if you want to say words to them, you can say words to them, things like that. So I think that's really where, if you're really struggling with someone who's got Alzheimer's, what I would really, really recommend is chances are there's a medical professional involved, right? Especially if there's a diagnosis for Alzheimer's. And if they've got a neurologist or a psychiatrist or something like that, I would talk to them and say, do you have any recommendations for resources or support around grieving someone who's like suffering from a chronic illness? So thankfully in illnesses like cancer, like we've got that, there's a lot more support, generally speaking, for things like cancer treatment and grief. It's bittersweet because sometimes people want to lose someone kind of like a Band-Aid where it's like, they just die and there's not a protracted process. And the downside of that is that you don't get to say goodbye. Right? So it's challenging for sure.
Dang, Dr. K.
How real do you want me to get today?
Man, that was ridiculous.
May I have a minute or
yeah, absolutely.
I try not to bring a lot of my personal life to this because a lot of it's really complicated. And I don't want to say fucked up. That's not the right word, but just a lot of my life's complicated. But since August, we've had 3 very important people in my family pass away. So I would say I'm in grieving stages right now. And he's right. It's not easy because most of the time you don't get to say goodbye, which I know is kind of more of the Alzheimer's thing. But it's hard because everybody does it differently. Do you know what I mean? Like everybody has their own process. So I like how he was saying these steps are easy, but at the same time, it's very difficult to get like started.
Yeah, the work to do it is difficult.
Quickly, in the year 2000 was when my father passed away, and that was like I was like 17, dude. So like my life was rocking. Like I mean, I had a great life then, bro. I was skateboarding, I had a girlfriend, I was getting really good. Oh man, life was good, And then I get a phone call. Your dad passed away. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go skateboarding. Bye. And everyone around was like, what? Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah. I mean, he didn't raise me. I never grew up with him. I love him, but my life had to go on, right? 4 years later, I was standing in a random kitchen and just started bawling. 4 full years later, and that's why this really resonated with me because it's things that's actually happened to me,
I love how when he was talking about letting the perfectionism go and stuff like that, I was not expecting him to dive into grief, and that was crazy how they correlate so much. I would have never ever thought of that in that sort of a sense. She Twilight Zoned my ass with the 9/11 shit. You guys know how I am, and I was not expecting that. I've not seen this Dr. or heard this Dr. K before, so
the problem with perfection is once you've done something to perfection, that's your benchmark. That's what you see is once you've gotten, like you said, once
Yeah,
you've
for
gotten
real.
that
It's
A,
like
when you get less than what you've perfected, then you see that as not as good. Even if it was like 3 points behind, or you get a B on something that was, only B worthy. You know what I mean? Like you want to set that high benchmark again and
it's
again and
also
again and
like
again.
your Achilles heel, how like he was saying, like, you can do better, and so like, why aren't you doing better? Like, you know what I mean? And like, it's very I always say, moderation, the 80-20 rule, like, you got to be hard on yourself, but you got to have compassion too. You know what I mean?
Be
And
hard on
so,
yourself, but don't be negative towards yourself, because words have power, and that's the one
right,
thing that I
absolutely.
will
I've
quote
always
for the rest
been
of
big
my
on
life.
like the vocalization of things, and not, it's when you say that, like when we do like yoga and meditations and stuff like that, there's a lot of like external vocalization, and I feel like that's super important for like trying to bring yourself up in a negative situation, because it's not so much you saying it. Like, I can say, "Man, Bear, have a good day, Man, Bear, have a good day," but like, or "Man, Bear, I love you," whatever, like the case might be. But like, you hearing that is different than like me saying it. So when you say it out loud to yourself, you hearing that is different than you saying that, even though you're saying it to yourself.
Like,
It's the words that hit
absolutely.
your ears that make the difference, I feel like.
Like when you wake up in the morning, and if you wake up like, oh man, if you wake up already like frustrated or annoyed, or just before you're even going, you're like, man, like, let your day start. See, like, I have a pretty strict routine, and it even pisses off Mrs. Man-Bear. If she's awake, I go and do like about my own stuff for about 20 minutes, and she's like, can I have a coffee? And I'm like, yeah, just a minute. Like 10 minutes later, she's like, can I have a coffee? I'm like, yeah. I'm just finishing up my little 20-minute morning routine, because if I don't do that 20-minute, first 20 minutes, my day's shot. My day is shot, man. Like, and I've tried to have a different kind of morning with my routine. It don't work. No.
It don't work.
I gotta,
Yeah, like
set my alarm
yesterday,
at
we were
4.
talking before the show, or like during the show, about missing yesterday's show. It just fucks with our day and everything like that, and like so much. Like, I'm not big on like strict ass like fucking basic training style routine where like you got to do this, but it's good to have a steady-ish. All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna like when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is get a cup of coffee. I turn the news on, or whatever. I message and check Facebook stuff, and then like
Yeah.
it's just kind of like whatever process I get to, like however long it takes me in those processes is whatever. Like, that's usually just how I start my morning every morning. It's the same, like do.
I try to get up at the same time, but I noticed that like my alarm goes off at 4, and I'm usually rolling out around 4:05, and then I start setting like 4:30, 4:40 alarms, just so I have if I'm walking around and I hear my alarm go off, it means more time has gone by than I've realized. Because I notice some mornings I wake up so tired, and like the first 40 minutes of like from like 4 a.m. to 4:40, it goes so fast. It feels like 5 minutes sometimes. Like I look at the clock and rub my eyes. Oh, it's 4:05. I got lots of time. I rub my eyes again. Oh, it's 4:45. I gotta get ready. Shoot. Like, but yeah, that was such a good Dr. K. The grieving process is difficult because a lot of the time you don't have the right people around you to let you grieve properly, which I know is a hard thing to say, but when you have people around you that really don't let you grieve in a way, don't let you have your space, which is something you absolutely need.
Yeah,
Is you need your own space. And my biggest point is, if I went out in my yard right now and yelled the word fuck, right, I would have a whole bunch of neighbors going, oh my God, what is going on? But if I
right.
went out there and started singing Christmas carols and spread love and positivity, good morning, neighbors, there'd be a completely different perspective of, you know what I mean? Like, I'm still yelling, but I'm yelling positive things, you know? um, Dr. K always hits a note with me, because for me, I know he's a real person, and he doesn't beat around the bush. If he
Um,
needs to drop some F bombs, or whatever, he does.
his
And
setup and his build up and his delivery, and like he is such a goddamn good speaker and like presenter. Like,
he does a
like
good.
he'll bring up a topic and he'll have you thinking one way, and that's what he, very,
He
I
makes
noticed him this morning, and then all of a sudden he's like, well, like that's not actually, and it's like, whoa, wait, what? Like,
he makes you answer your own questions. He doesn't give you the answers. He makes you answer your own questions in what he says. He's like, is that really how? Like, he'll
yeah,
ask you the question.
absolutely.
but it makes you do that self-reflection where you're like, wait a second, wait, what? And then you're like, oh, and then you have this like, oh wait, I just have to, it's not, I'm not saying it'd be simple, but some of the paths that Dr. K gives you are absolutely the right paths, I find, anyways. Not necessarily solutions, but the right way, there's the right kicking off point, the right starting point, you know what I mean? That's why he always says things like steps, or it's difficult, or this worked for me, or he's pretty general about stuff because he understands that person to person situations are different.
Yeah, I just think that I enjoy how much he, like, how he presents things and speaks.
Yeah.
It makes such a difference. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
he doesn't talk
you know,
down to
when
people.
he's saying, like, in my experience, like, it's, that's his thoughts. He could just say, I think that this, but it's like,
from my research, I found that people are not good. Like, that's a bad example, but you know what I mean? Instead of him saying, well, I did a study on, it's not that. It's his own human interaction experience that he's taking that from his patients, from people he's physically asking questions. It's not just from casebook studies and shit like that, which I can't stand. When people are like, well, it's the 1999 study shows that, it's like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. It's nice to hear something from somebody who has failed in his life and turned out successful. Do you know what I mean? Like, he'll tell you how he failed in his life.
Oh, man, it is about that time, though.
Oh, and I got a ball back, too.
Go ahead and,
yeah. Amazing morning show. Dr. K, man, rock, and Vicki Bowers, absolutely love it. Beanz, loving all the new music, almost daily new tracks. Much love, Beanz. I can't wait for this afternoon. We got Guardians Unity, Stoner Roulette, and tonight, you know what we got? What do we got tonight?
I'll tell you in a minute.
All right, you'll tell me in a minute. Well, spread some love and positivity, and make sure you do something nice for the strangers today.
Much love, all you fantastic Cove folks. I enjoy hanging out with you guys so much, and I truly missed you guys yesterday, and I really appreciate all the help and support, and all the messages yesterday morning. Everybody asking me if I'm okay. It's crazy. I love you all. It's wonderful. We're back. The Cove is back, but that's not the song I'm gonna play. But yes, great morning show. Holy moly, lots of cannolis if you like that stuff. Crazy Dr. K this morning. I don't even know. Yeah, that's. I hope to see everybody this afternoon on Chillin' in the Cove. We'll play some Stoner Roulette, see if we can get the roulette trophy from Gino. And then we'll do some Guardians of Unity, where maybe we can figure out where our superheroes went. Maybe we won't know yet. You'll have to tune in this afternoon to find out. And of course, tonight, totally terrific Twisted Titty Tinsel Thigh Token Taco. I fucked it up. Taco Token Tunes Tuesday. I tried. And I know that it is the holiday season, and there have been lots and lots of people who have lost loved ones and are in the grieving process. Since that was a big, discussion this morning. Our hearts go out to each and every single one of you. You guys are such a huge part of the Cove, and I love how, like, Magic always says, the world is a better place with you. That's not what he says, but it's something. I don't know. It's not my saying, but I always catch that one. Yes, like, it'll be okay. I don't know how or when, but you got this, and it will be okay. No matter what, it's always going to be okay. Make sure that you're following the one and only Europe Entertainment. Make sure that you're getting into that Europe away. It's a brand new week, a brand new Europe away. So make sure that you are following the instructions. Please don't become a Sunday night womp. I don't know. That's like the last thing anybody would want to be. I think you'd rather be a Saturday night womp than a Sunday night womp. Sorry. And if anybody has any questions on any of the mystery Richard boxes, the Europe away, anything Europe Entertainment involved, please reach out to Europe Entertainment. Reach out to anybody from the Cove. We will get you in contact with the right individuals, or we can get you to your ticket to Planet Europe as soon as you're ready for it. Make sure you're following Sir Cops a lot. He is the creator of the Totally Twisted Titty Tie-Dye Turkey Taco Taco Tunes Tuesday with some tinsel in that bitch. Hey, thank you. I'll take it. And so he is trying to build up that new page. Much fucks Facebook. Almost said much, but no love to Facebook. None at all. All the fuck yous. Every like and invite and follow and comment and share, it means so much. It helps out so much, and we appreciate it so much because, well, he was at like what fucking 13, 12K, something like that. And it's such bullshit. But, fuck you, Facebook. Make sure you're following Man-Bear. If you have any news that you would like to get out in the world, let us know. We'll get it as far as we can. The page is growing more and more every day. We're over 1,400 followers. Much love to everybody. And so if you have anything you want to get out there, we'll try. We'll definitely shout it from the rooftops. Much love to anybody and everybody who helps support the Cove. We truly could not do this shit without you guys, for real. All my subscribers, my family, other family. You guys truly make all of this happen. For real, Cove TV is literally brought to you guys by viewers like yourselves. We couldn't do it without you guys. As much as we would want to, it's just not even possible without all of your help. And it means the world to be able to bring you. Hey, what up, Kelsey Gabs? Good morning. All the amazing content that we are able to bring you. On that note, I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. We'll see you guys this afternoon. I'm gonna play another Christmas song for our outro. We'll grab the normal outro song another day, but it's Christmas time. And cheers, everybody.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can see every couple tries to stop.
Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling.
You will get a sentimental feeling. Sentimental feeling. When you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with boughs of holly. Rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way. You will get a sentimental feeling. Sentimental feeling. Sentimental feeling. When you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with boughs of holly. Rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way. You will get a sentimental feeling. Sentimental feeling. Sentimental feeling. When you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with boughs of holly. Rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way. You will get a sentimental feeling. Sentimental feeling. Sentimental feeling. When you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with boughs of holly. Rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Happy holiday. Happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way.
Man, I know that. Much love, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Tuesday. We'll catch you this afternoon.